Yo, what's up? Ricky Sanders here. If you live for fast cars, greasy hands, and solving problems under the hood, welcome to your new favourite spot. I'm all about real fixes, no BS, and showing you how to keep your ride running like a champ. So go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's make some noise in the garage. Enough talk, let's get wrenching.
For connoisseurs of reliable and proven foreign-made cars, this article is intended. What power units are equipped with machines, very popular in the domestic market of the Ford brand, their operational qualities are offered for consideration in the upcoming publication. It also contains a description of common faults of such engines and recommendations for their elimination. What is the Ford engine? Technical features of the units and tips for independent repair. On modern domestic roads, foreign-made cars can be met no less often than Russian cars. Ford is one of the most famous brands, enjoying unchanging popularity. Manufacturers equip such vehicles with power units of various modifications, both gasoline and those using diesel fuel as fuel. The Ford engine with a capacity of 1.6 liters is in the greatest demand among domestic motorists. Such a modification of the motor was made in two versions, differing in the power indicator. For the first variant it was 100 horsepower, and the second was characterized by the output of 115 horsepower. These power units have an identical design. However, the more powerful version is equipped with a specific system that regulates the phases in the gas distribution mechanism. Possession of information about the operational qualities of the motor will help to cope more easily with a rather difficult process, which is the repair of the Ford engine. Technical characteristics of the variety of all sorts of modifications of motors, equipping cars of the brand in question. We will stop at the most popular among domestic drivers. Having studied in detail the operational features that distinguish Ford engines, you can greatly facilitate the process of selecting spare parts for their repair. Fuel is supplied to the system by an injector. The manufacturers have designated the recommended fuel grade as RE95. Despite the high cost of the petroleum product, Ford engines are considered very economical in this respect. This is due to the negligible consumption of fuel, which for a mixed cycle is determined by the indicator of 6.7 liters of gasoline required to overcome 100 kilometers. The capacity of the working space of 1.6 liters is quite enough to develop power comparable to the energy of 115 horses. At the same time, the crankshaft performs 6,000 revolutions. Torque is characterized by a maximum value of 155 Newton-meters. During rotation, the engine oil protects the rubbing parts from premature wear. The manufacturer recommends engine oils of 5W20 and 5W30 grades. Proper care and timely maintenance can increase the power unit life of 250,000 kilometers up to 350,000 kilometers as stated by the manufacturer. Briefly about the engine design: the use of a fully automated control system, which is equipped with a Ford engine with a working volume of 1.6 liters, positively affects the economy indicators. They increase significantly, without appreciable losses in vehicle dynamics. The designers equipped the power unit with two DOHC camshafts. The device of belt drive timing significantly simplifies the manipulation of repair of such engines. The 1.6-liter gasoline motor is equipped with a phased fuel delivery system. This contributes to the reduction of toxicity of exhaust gases, allowing the unit to meet -4 Euro standards. Extreme strength and lightness of the cylinder block is provided by aluminum alloy, which serves as a material of manufacture. Free antifreeze washing of wet liners contributes to more efficient cooling of the mechanism. As a material for the production of the powertrain crankcase and cylinder head, aluminum alloy is also intended. The main problems and tips for their elimination: despite the exceptional reliability of gasoline units with a capacity of 1.6 liters, sometimes some malfunctions are observed in them. Having studied the following information, you can repair such an engine yourself, without resorting to expensive services of mechanics of specialized workshops. For the version of the engine with no adjustment system in the timing mechanism, the situation with detonation knock in the valves is very relevant. Timely adjustment of clearances and correct ignition setting eliminates such a malfunction. The problem with a settled or failed support of the power unit is manifested by an excessive increase in vibration, which does not disappear even after sufficient warming up of the engine. To eliminate such a malfunction requires replacement of the unsuitable part. It is possible to do without complete disassembly of the engine and engine compartment. The replacement of failed ignition system components, such as plugs, coil or high-voltage wiring, can help to get rid of power plant stuttering and stalling. If the system repeatedly warns of lubrication malfunctions and insufficient oil, it is strongly recommended to check the condition of the solenoid valves. If the parts have failed, they should be replaced immediately. In addition, such a problem can be caused by clogged oil filters. In this case, the malfunction is eliminated either by thorough cleaning of contaminated parts, or their renewal. If after a strong impact the power unit unreasonably loses power, you should immediately open the interior of the engine and make a scrupulous visual inspection. The most probable cause of the described symptoms is a violation of the integrity of the timing belt. When it breaks, the piston strikes the valve system. It is not difficult to guess that the malfunction can be eliminated by replacing the timing belt. Separately, it should be noted that the above recommendations do not apply to the repair of the engine that equips the car Ford Escort. For its implementation, it is preliminary necessary to study the technical features of the power unit of this modification. Perhaps the main difference from the considered installations is that it uses diesel fuel as a fuel. Cast iron block, accommodating 4 cylinders with a capacity of 1.6 to 1.8 liters, provides power from 54 to 60 horsepower, which for domestic daredevils is negligible. Therefore, most Russians prefer to complete the car with a 1.6-liter gasoline engine. Tips for upgrading gasoline motors 1.6L. It is not surprising that for many domestic owners of the Ford car, with their eternal desire for high speeds, the question of increasing the output of the engine is very relevant. This is especially true for power units with a capacity of 100 horsepower. In conclusion, the Ford engine represents a remarkable blend of innovation, performance, and reliability that has stood the test of time. From its early beginnings to the cutting-edge technology of today, Ford has continually pushed the boundaries of engineering excellence. Whether you're a car enthusiast or simply appreciate the power of a well-crafted engine, understanding the legacy and impact of Ford engines enriches our appreciation for automotive history. Thank you for watching, and we hope you gained valuable insights into the world of Ford engines.